Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Now, since I've been doing more storytime videos, in this video we're going to be talking about a particular story about the time my vape addiction was so bad I snuck out my house, got caught buying vapes, and didn't smoke vapes for a good few months because after that I was on lockdown, okay? So this happened about 3 years ago during November of that year, okay? November or October. One of the two. Nonetheless, I was addicted to vapes. I was like, yummy, yummy, yummy. I could eat a vape for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's how addicted I was to vapes. I loved vapes. Vapes were my life at that point in time. Because why? I was an addict, quite literally. I wasn't even that bad with weed at the time, but I just loved vapes, and vapes were my thing. So we're gonna call the guy that I copped off of. We're gonna call him CB, and CB, he's if I had to put it, a fucking retard. CB's a dumbass. CB's not the type of person you want to be around. CB's the type of guy to get you jumped because he's fucking stupid. All right, you don't want to be associated with CB. And because of that, CB, he was a dumbass, and one thing he was also was a terrible influence on me. So, what did I do when I met CB, or what did CB do when he met me? He's the person who got me addicted to vapes. So obviously, when I was low on vapes, I would hit him up. I'd be like, "Hey, you can get me a burnt one for free." And mind you, this guy said they were burnt, but they worked for a solid 3-4 weeks and did not taste burnt at all. Now, some of them, well, during the end, it kind of lessened out, but around that time, that's how it was. But anyways, CB would give me my vapes, and the first time I snuck up, because I actually snuck out twice. The first time I snuck up, I got the vapes. I got it. So what happened was I waited, I snuck out, I ran as fast as I could. I went to CB's house. I copped the vapes up at CB. I took a sprint, a brisk walk, a stroll, ran back home. Everything seemed good, seemed great. So since I got comfortable doing it, I said to myself, okay, let's try to do it twice. Try to do it again. And I had to plan everything out because there was a car who saw me, and I didn't know who it was. But for the context, this car is really important. Okay, this car saw me, and this car was the car of an old lesbian couple that lived just a few blocks down on my road. Right? So when I see this person, when I first sneak out and come back, I didn't think anything of it. Wasn't crossing my mind. But what had happened was they told my family. And the second time around, the reason I got caught was because my family was looking out. So the second time around, I was planning everything out. Because I was skeptical that it might have been someone that lived on my block, but I wasn't exactly sure. So what I decided to do was plan out for like the next 2 to 3 weeks, how to do it. And essentially, I was gonna wait until everyone was asleep and do the same thing again. But this time, I plan to do a lot of crazy different stuff with CB. I was essentially planning out a nice sesh binge with CB, if you will. So I plan on going over CB's crib. So everything's set in motion. I thought so. So since I think everything's set in motion, I just skedaddle out the house. But next thing you know, my fucking sister comes out to the back room, okay? Because we have a kitchen that leads into a sunroom. And this sunroom, you're able to fucking hide, whether it's couches, whatever. We don't normally go in the sunroom. So she comes out in the kitchen, I'm out of the back, sunroom, and I'm like, shit! I might get caught. So I'm panicking. So I sit there for a solid long ass time. A solid maybe about an hour to 2 hours. I sat back there. Right? I'm thinking, okay, coast is gonna be clear. Then my sister, she catches me. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And she was smart because she was like, "Okay, just go back to your room." So I go back to my room. She doesn't think anything of it. At least that's what I think in my head. She can't think anything of it. Granted, she did, and she thought something was suspicious. She waited for me to leave the house. So granted, once she's done snooping around, I wait another hour. I think the coast is clear. I skedaddle at the house. I'm like, I bet I'm gonna still do it. I skedaddle at the house. Next thing you know, she calls me. And I'm like, what the fuck? She calls me. She's like, where are you? So I'm like, motherfucker. I was gonna have a great sesh. You know, all this other stuff. Get bait for my boy. But I can't even do that. So I'm pissed. I run back to my house. We get into a huge argument. You know, the regular type of thing when you get caught doing that. Yeah. That's the end of that video. You know, if you want more story times, please let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Comment, like, subscribe, and see you later. Adios.